just to give you an idea of pH, if you fool around, I'm sure people use pH for saliva tests and urine tests and things like that. pH is really a negative logarithmic scale of the concentration of hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions. I don't know if everyone knows, hydroxide ions. I don't know if everyone knows what that means, but water is H2O, and so when water dissociates, what water is in solution basically is hydrogen ions running around, which are positively charged, and oxygen, which is negatively charged. Okay. It's in the net movement of electrons. The net movement of electrons in pure distilled water is 0. There's no movement of electrons. That's why pH of, and that's what 7 is. A pH of 7 is 0. 0 voltage. There's no movement of electrons. When you go above 7 to 7.1, you now have a net movement of electrons, and so you have electrical movement, right? What are electrons? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We work with it, but nobody knows what an electron is. An electron is energy. Okay. When we go below 7, so when we go above 7, remember the H and the H2O becomes actually H and OH. H is positive and OH is negative. You get more OHs, you're alkaline. OHs have a negative. And when you get acid, you have more H's, which are positive, okay? That's a pH of 7, no millivolts. A pH of 0, which is extremely acidic, is a positive 400 millivolts. And a pH of 14, which is about negative 400 millivolts. And you have to realize that our body functions between 7.35 and 7.45 as our pH. Both our arterial and our venous pH. So if you get up to 7.7 or 8 in your blood, you're in as big trouble as if you get down to 6.9. Okay? Drano is about a pH of 9. Okay, so just being super alkaline is no much better.
What about these waters that, these machines that you can put in your kitchen or whatever to alkalize the water that you're drinking, and they can go up to 9.5. Is that healthy for you?
Your body can't use it.
So what's
It can't use it, and as soon as it gets in, a lot of this stuff is gimmicks. Because first, when that water gets into your stomach, which is full of hydrochloric acid with a pH of about 2 to 2.5, it's going to be neutralized. So what you might be accomplishing with that is neutralizing your stomach acid, which is not a really good idea if you intend to eat food.
So what about
So we're-
colonics?
I'm sorry?
What about when some of the colonic therapists are putting that alkaline water in the colonics? What does it do to your colon, do you suppose?
Actually, in your colon, it's better because it's going right. It gets absorbed quickly right into your blood, but by the time it gets through, it doesn't get through with a pH of 9. The body has to restore. We've got buffering systems on both sides of 7.3 to 7.45. We have to be about 7.4 pH, and our body will not allow it to go up and down. So we won't, or we'll die. So there's a process known as homeostasis. Right? Homeostasis. Homeo meaning same, stasis, standing, same standing. So the body is, no matter what's going on outside of us, no matter what we're being exposed to, the body has to restore the sameness inside. Right?
So the higher, or the lower the pH, does that cause more oxidation in the body?
Yes. Lower pH, yes.
Can you repeat the questions?
The question was the lower the pH, is increased oxidation in the body. That's true. And oxidation is the stealing of electrons. Okay?
And do you recommend distilled water?
Well, Distilled water is fine, because you're not getting your minerals necessarily from water. To be alkaline, if you can get water about 7.35, 7.4, it's probably best. It'll be absorbed easily. Even if it's 7.7, it'll be turned down to it'll be brought down to 7.4. But we don't really get our minerals from water. We don't have to worry about that. If you juice, one of the best ways, you know, the Hunzas would let their crops soak in the glacier milk so that the plants would pick up all these minerals and put them in a colloidal form so that they're usable. Okay? We can't use we have really a threshold of salt and minerals that we can use. But once it's been processed through a plant, it's better. So if you juice every day, you drink green juices, you're getting minerals that are bioavailable. Plus you're getting all kinds of stuff. You know, you're getting phytonutrients and lots of stuff. Okay, the body pH. Body operates at 7.35 to 45 minus 20 to 40 millivolts, right? From being a normal, healthy, let's say 50-year-old to a robust 14-year-old. 75% water, which means that voltage is transferred ionically. Ionic just means that if I took sodium and sodium chloride, which is a chemical, it's not, and they also put it on tables. But if you took sodium chloride and you put it in water, it would break. It would, because of the water is got polar bonds. You would see sodium and chloride break up. Okay, the sodium has a positive and the chloride has a negative. Those atoms that are now ionized. And so the sodium is a cation and the chloride is an anion. Okay. pH. A lot of misunderstanding. A pH of 7.35 is 10 times more acidic than 7.45. 100 times more than 0.55 and 1,000 times more than 6.5. So you have to understand, when you're talking about a logarithmic scale, it's not, you know, there's a major difference between 4 and 6. As you can see, it's 1,000-fold. All right, because it's a logarithmic scale. And it's talking about the negative concentration of hydrogen and hydroxide. Acid is an electron stealer, alkaline is an electron donor. And so again, repeating. So you'll leave here actually knowing it. Alkaline, electron donor. It's also called a reductant or reducing agent, which is also called an antioxidant. Okay? So, if we give vitamin C IV, what are we doing? We're giving people electrons. Okay, that's pretty good. They need it. Okay, so water has a concentration, and the concentration, as you can see, of hydrogen, of the hydrogen and the hydroxide are equal, and that's pH of 7.